thalamus. Okay, what is this piece here?
Cerebral aqueduct.
And the diamond?
Fourth ventricle.
Fourth ventricle. All right, on this model, we can see, what is this thing?
Corpus callosum.
And what is this line under there?
Fornix.
So
Is that when you point like to the? Is that like in the, or is it
This-
the yellow part?
the corpus callosum
Yes.
is this.
Okay.
That's the fornix, and this space is what? No, this. It's this. First and second ventricle is the space right here.
Okay.
Now this one, they match up. How come there's no space here?
Because they fit into each other.
Well, this one is showing you that membrane right on top of it. Remember in class we added the septum? I said, remember the word septum pellucidum? It's a membrane that covers this. So if I actually punctured the membrane, I would be in the lateral ventricle. So the space here is the lateral ventricle, but the membrane covering it is septum pellucidum. Now we added something today in class. There's your thalamus, and what is the dot in the middle of the thalamus?
Starts with I.
Intermediate mass of the thalamus is the dot in the middle. When we put it together, okay, here's your two optic nerves right here, forming the big X. So what's the middle of the two optic nerves?
Optic.
Chiasma. So if you look right here when I open it, watch. So that is your optic chiasma right there. And you can tell, if you look on the side and you see that little piece coming off, there's your optic nerve. So you see the optic nerve, you know that spot is the optic chiasma. Okay, what else do we add in? I think that's about, oh, okay, here's a ventricle. See this little one, it looks like a triangle, but it's a half a brain. So which one, what is half of a triangle is half of what?
A diamond.
So that is what ventricle?
The fourth ventricle.
That's your fourth ventricle. So if we followed it around, okay, look at this model. What is all this pink stuff in the model? Choroid plexus. Remember what choroid plexus makes? That makes this.
It makes the CSF.
Makes the CSF. That's what all this pink stuff is. Choroid plexus makes the CSF. It's in all the ventricles. So how come we don't have any in this tube right here?
It's in it.
This is not a ventricle.
No,
This is an
aqueduct.
aqueduct. Right, it's not a ventricle. There's your cerebral aqueduct. So we have choroid plexus in here. So the fluid is going to come here. Then it's going to flow through the interventricular foramen. And it's going to go around the thalamus like that. So what goes around the thalamus? Third ventricle. Then it's going to flow down this little tube right here, which is what? Cerebral aqueduct. So that would be next. And then it's going to flow to here, which is the fourth ventricle. Right. All right, let's look at ear and eye.